week, I got to think Christmases, whatever, in the Nick Johnson household and the greater family, maybe there's been a little bit of trash talking because Uncle Larry.
Yes, already there.
Went in the Hall of Fame in 2016.
Yeah.
That's been a good 8 years. And now that can stop because new inductee Nick Johnson joins us right now. Nick, it's Dave. It's Jason. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Great.
So is the trash talking going to stop now that you got two Hall of Famers in the same family?
Not with Larry. He's tough on me. He's got 2,200 hits, but he'll take it easy on me now.
Nick, I'm thinking, what it was just when you first heard that you're going to be going into the Sacramento Sports Hall of Fame, I'm sure it flashes back to being born here, going to McClatchy, obviously having a major league career, but just kind of that honor. What did it mean to you to find out that you're going into the Sacramento Sports Hall of Fame?
I was blessed, honored. All the talent that comes out of here, and there's so many great athletes that come out of Sacramento, and just to be one of them chosen is special. I'm gonna have fun with it.
It's funny because when you think about Hall of Famers, like 70-year-old dudes sitting on the couch, you're a little bit younger than me, Nick. You've been retired for a minute. But you're still quite the young man. So just give us an insight, and I don't want to get too personal or anything, but what's life for Nick Johnson like these days?
Chasing kids. I got 3 kids, so chasing them around. A lot of golf. I'm working on my golf game. So you know how tough that game is. I heard you talk about that.
Yeah.
Just trying to see how good I could get.
Yeah, you say it's tough, and I have not played with you, Nick. But Dave, don't you get the feeling like if we showed up and Nick would just like pipe it like 350 down the? I mean, do you just hit bombs?
You do. Come on, be honest.
I'm a 6.
Oh, okay. How tough the game can be.
I got still things to work on with the guys I play with.
Well, I'm going to ask the question everybody wants to know, though. All right, you pull out the big boy. You're on the first tee. What are we averaging around off the tee, Nick? Now, hold on. Before you answer, Jason, let's play a guessing game. I'm going to say averaging 290.
Okay, I'll go 3.
3?
Yeah.
Nick?
Dave, you got it, about 290.
Oh, yeah. But we're in the neighborhood.
Well, the thing is, here, let me pull back the curtain for a second because Nick just made a reference there. So the thing is, Nick and I have been Facebook friends for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And so occasionally I'll get really done with golf and I'll post some sort of
that's like every 2 years.
Right?
Yeah.
I'll just go on this whole soliloquy.
Yeah, I hate the game.
Does anyone want to buy the clubs
right.
and all that? And Nick, I would imagine I've never been a professional athlete before. You have. Do you find that having played in those high pressure, crazy in front of 50,000 people at Yankee Stadium type situations, like, do you still get into the mental competitiveness of golf, and does your baseball career help you at times with that?
I'd like to say yes, but golf, way different. I'd rather be on a ball field than have a 3-foot putt to win the match. The nerves in golf are so much different, but in golf, you got to go chase your foul balls too.
So you really would rather be in the batter's box staring at Randy Johnson than lining up for a 3-foot putt?
Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Just a different breed.
Nick Johnson joining us, and one of the things, I hope Nick doesn't kill me here, but I want to share this story. I'll share the surface of this story. Again, Nick, love you. Don't kill me here. But I remember years and years ago, it had to be 10 or 12 years ago. And there was a listener to the station that was having some really bad personal issues,
okay,
and needed to go visit some family. And I had put word out on Facebook. And I won't even get into the specifics of what he did. Let me just say this. Nick contacted me privately, basically said, whatever he needs, I got it. We executed the play. Guy got to where he wanted to go. And I said, Nick, you got to let me talk. He said, I don't, and this is where I say, don't kill me, Nick, because I'm violating that. He said, Don't
That's
even mention it. Just
and now here you are.
And now here he is being outed. But honestly, one of the things that's great about social media and being able to contact people is I guarantee you that's not the first time Nick's done something like that. I guarantee you that's probably a fairly regular thing. And you mentioned chasing kids, Nick. I imagine in your second career, which is tougher than your first, which is raising children, that your ethics and your morals and the way you carry yourself, which is part of the reason I think why you are a Hall of Famer. That's something I would imagine very important for you to pass on.
Absolutely. Anytime you can help somebody out or, just be around, that's what I'm there for. I love helping kids and, got kids come over in the garage and just try to give them the basics where hit off the tee and take something home where you can continue to work and let the parents come in and listen and take a couple nuggets home and go have fun with the game.
As we're talking with Nick Johnson, soon to be Sacramento Sports Hall of Famer. So if we go back to your early days of growing up playing sports, playing baseball, obviously you're becoming better and better. You get to high school at McClatchy. When did you know, Nick, that, hey, I might be able to take this to the highest of levels and someday be a major leaguer?
I would say playing varsity as a freshman, that gave me a lot of confidence, and confidence goes a long way. Back then I was playing against Derek Lee over at El Camino and all those guys and all the scouts being out there. But, being a freshman playing varsity, I started getting that itch and thinking, man, I'm decent at this game. And then you just continue to work and things progress from there.
How much pride also, you're in the middle of your career, you're trying to do your own thing, but you mentioned Derek Lee over at El Camino, or as I like to say, Winston Churchill Junior High. But you also had, depending on your timing, you had Jeff Jenkins at Cordova, Chris Bosio. You had a lot of, Greg Vaughn, a lot of local talent, of which half of which seemed to go to the Brewers for some reason, but all this local talent that was coming out of Sacramento in that period of time. And I wouldn't say you're carrying that legacy with you, but I got to imagine the 916 was always in the back of your head.
It was great, Dave. In Sacramento I wish it was still this way, but the guys never big leagued us. We would go work out with Vaughn and Vigna and those guys that were in the big leagues, but we were in the minor leagues. And just to show us, they're showing us what hard work is, getting up at, 5:30, going to Rancho Arroyo back then. And just being able to rub elbows with those guys and work out with them was huge.
Well, and I've played a lot of golf with Vaughn. I haven't played with Vigna, but I'll bet you he's pretty decent. Do you get a chance to ever go out with any of these guys and see how they take their baseball swings down a few feet to the little white ball?
Yeah, I play with Greg quite a bit.
Yeah,
that guy he's got phenomenal hands. So he's really special around the greens.
Does he get you down to his spot in Elk Grove to slap it around, or do you guys generally go? Nobody has home field advantage.
Yeah, when he's in town, he's all he's a big traveler. So,
yeah.
So Valley High is a nice track.
Yeah, it is a nice track.
What do you think? I'd be curious, Nick, about now that you've been out of baseball for a while, the current state of it. I mean, I think we've got as good of players in Major League Baseball as we've seen, but it's going through, the popularity of what football's doing in basketball and still trying to figure out the best way to promote it, some rule changes and all this stuff. Just what do you think of the state of Major League Baseball right now?
Ohtani, 700. It's got to be going pretty well.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez.
No, the guys are good, really good. The talent is special. Every night I got a game on in the house, just watching. It's unbelievable talent where you just sit back and watch these guys go to work.
And as a player, but also now as a fan and always a student of the game, when you look at the new rule changes, which were pretty well received, the limits on on the pitcher and the batter, the timers, all that stuff to quicken up the game. Are you one of those whatever helps the game grow guys? Or are you one of those look, tradition's there for a reason, it's been around a long time, leave it alone? Or I don't want to put words in your mouth. Where do you fall?
I'm more leave it alone guy.
Yeah.
Keep the bases how they were, blow up the catcher if need be. And flip somebody or drill somebody the right way if they need to be drilled. So I'm the older school way.
Well, and in that way too, you were, especially through the Yankees organization, that was a team that liked to get on base, walks, however you could do it. Now it's not everything is, a home run or nothing or launch angle, but it is a little different. What do you see as a former hitter, like the different approaches now when guys are stepping in the box?
It's all or nothing nowadays. And I would still go back to, it's funny, in the playoffs, the World Series, you'll start seeing small ball.
Yep.
And that's what wins games. And I just wish they would do that more throughout the year, not just in the World Series or the playoffs. You ask a guy to lay a bunt down in the biggest days, and he hasn't even done it all year.
I'm sorry, Nick. I was going to say it's funny because you and I, again, we're pretty much the same age. And I wonder if it's like a boomer thing, because I'm 100% with you. I've kind of lost a lot of interest over the last few years. And I grew up a Roger Craig, Will Clark Giants guy. And, the double switch, manufacturing a run, you beat out an infield single, steal second, bunt him to third, sack fly. I love that. It was a chess match, and 2-1, 3-1 games. I'm all over that. And now again, boomer here, but it sounds like it's like just sit back, swing from your ass as hard as you can, and wait for the 3-run jack.
Totally. You take the in-game management out of it. You're going to double switch. The pitcher. You're going to let the pitcher go another inning. Blah blah blah. I like the old school way of the battle between managers.
Yeah, and I would say even pitching too. To me, it seems like, Nick, we're seeing more guys that hit 100 than we ever did before, at least that I recall. Are you seeing it that same way?
I am. That's fast. There's a number in my head, and that is comfortable. But once you start getting triple digits, that's got some hair on it now. It's coming in there pretty quick.
Nick Johnson joining us. You mentioned earlier kids coming over to the garage, and if they can take something away and show them how to put bat on ball and all the good stuff. Have you ever been, or are you because dude, obviously just talking to you on the air and when we know you off a little bit, your baseball IQ is through the roof. Have you ever considered, being a manager someday, getting in there and living that life again?
That life's the grind, Dave. You got to go back to the minor leagues and start getting on the buses again like you were 17, 18 years old. And I got 3 kids and a wife, and I'm watching them grow up now and being close to home. I was away too much, and now it's all about them and locking it in around Sacramento.
So, Nick, when you're at your Hall of Fame induction for the Sacramento Sports Hall of Fame, what kind of memories and reflections are you going to be thinking of that night?
Everybody that helped me along the way to get there, the guys that were in the trenches, with me, the 17, 18 years old, and all the great teammates I had along the way, and a lot of fun, a lot of early mornings, getting up and, workouts, hitting, all that stuff. It just, it's special, and some people don't know what it takes, and you got to say no sometimes to a lot of things.
Nick, congratulations. It's well-deserved. Honest to God, you look, Jason, you've been here forever. I'm a native. We both ride or die for this city. And this, Nick, it's something a little extra for Sacramentans when one of our own is out there doing anything, especially in the sports world. So we appreciate the fact that you always carried yourself with class and dignity, and you continue to do that after your career. And maybe one of these days, when we've had a good ratings book, maybe Jason, when you've had a good call, something like that, maybe we can call you up, get out on the course, and have our egos completely destroyed one day.
Sounds good, guys. Look forward to it.
All right, brother.
Congrats.
Take care. Congrats, Nick. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. That's Nick Johnson.